Hello folks, Glenn from Training Centre Harvey Bay. We're just going to do some very basic bandaging techniques. We've got a little portable first aid kit for the day here. We'll have a look what's inside it and yeah, we'll do some bandaging. First thing is, we've got a couple of triangle bandages, some roller bandages. What I'll do is I'll run through the triangle bandages first. For quite obvious reasons, we'll call them triangular bandage. So there it is there, triangular bandage. Fantastic for a lot of things, very adaptable. First thing is how to store and fold them. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fold the tip to the base, we'll fold it again, we'll call that a broad bandage. Fold it, that's a narrow bandage. We'll fold it to the middle, here we go, to the middle. Then we'll convert it into a pad. So that's really good for, shall we say, hemorrhage control. Should be a lot neater than that, my apologies. Let's have a look at the next one. Storing and folding of this one. First thing is tip to the base again, like that. We'll fold again, that's a broad fold, narrow fold to the middle, and we've now created some sort of a pad. It's not great, but it's a pad. Right, let's go through some basic first aid here. We've got a cut on our thigh or somewhere, it's bleeding profusely. One of the triangular bandages becomes the pad, the other becomes the bandage. So we're going to push this down like this quite firmly, as long as it covers the wound and the surrounding tissue. We're going to bring it round. The more the bleeding, the more the pressure. We'll tie off over the bleed site and make sure we can get that done if we have to in a hurry. So we'll call that direct pressure for simple hemorrhage. Job done. Next one is if we've got an embedded object, we might need to use a ring pad. How do we make a ring pad? Simply look at that. How big is it? How high is it? Rounder and higher. There's our ring pad, guys. There's an impale object, a bit of glass or something, a bit of metal. If it's a nail or a spear gun or something, we'd crisscross around it. Now don't forget, make it nice and broad, really broad. And in this case here, we're going to tie off to the side. So try and keep it broad, trying to turn off to the side here. Tie off to the side, my apologies. Okay, so that's, I guess you'd call that a ring pad, indirect pressure. All done, lovely. Right, next thing, we'll get rid of the triangle bandages, do some arm slings later with them. We'll convert this into some sort of a rough pad, nothing pretty. It could be a combined pad in a real first aid kit. So we'll pretend it's a combined pad or just a pad of sorts. Next thing is, open up our kit, grab a roller bandage. Now don't forget, with roller bandages, try and handle them with the head uppermost like that. That's the head, that's the tail. If it's a really nasty bleed, you need to leave a bit of a tail. I'll explain what I'm doing here. That's a really bad bleed, so we're going to crank down on the tail. We're cranking down on the tail there like that, pulling on the tail, trying to stop this rather nasty bleed. We've been fishing and cut ourselves with a filleting knife. It's bleeding quite profusely. Now leave that there so we can tie the knot over the bleed site. Let's hope that does the job. Pressure, elevation, rest. What do we do for a bleed? Pressure, direct or indirect, elevate the wound higher than the heart, rest the casualty and manage the casualty for shock. Normal, PERS, first aid for bleeding. Now if we had to bandage a limb for a minor wound, a sprain or a strain, even for a snake bite, I'll just do that quickly on my leg. The head uppermost, we always anchor the bandage off. We'll do this as best I can on myself. Not too flexible nowadays. Let's go. So first thing is we anchor the bandage off. We call that anchoring off. Move up at an angle, then we move back down at an angle. Now half the bandage is covered, half's uncovered up, half covered, half uncovered down, half covered up, half uncovered down. This is the best way to bandage a human body for sprains, strains, minor wounds and envenomations, or just putting on a minor wound dressing such as a minor skin tear in an aged care facility or something. So that will hold an even pressure to a tapering limb. There's very little chance that'll fall off, whereas a simple spiral has varying pressure areas and it'll probably fall down in no time. So a modified reverse spiral is the best way, except for a nasty hemorrhage, rapid tight, rapid fast. I hope this has helped, and we'll see you on the next topic. Thank you very much.